I'm Carol Kelly.
And I'm Justin Roberts. Join us for the next hour for the food, the farming, and the fun here in Paradise.
Now, growing up, I loved going to the fair, mainly for the fried food, but we're going to dive in, go behind the scenes. We're going to learn a little bit more about what it takes to put on a fair.
We'll talk to some of the exhibitors, we'll show you some of the animals, some of the tractors, and so much more.
Stick around. You're watching Mediacom NC22. Education is a huge part of the Linn County Fair. We're here with the co-chair of the Ag Ed Zone, Jasmine Stafford. Jasmine, tell us a little bit about what kids could expect if they come here to the Ag Zone.
So here at the Ag Ed Zone, we want to teach kids about agriculture since we live in a farming community. We think it's really important, especially kids coming from cities like Cedar Rapids, Marion, who haven't had an opportunity to see farming and to see animals being raised. And we even have other things over here, like this year we're talking about renewable resources, and we thought that was important, especially on farms. So that's what we're doing here.
So can you tell us a little bit about the background and your involvement and how this group and this organization came to be?
Yeah, so Deb Zamba came to our school, North Linn, 3 years ago and asked if we wanted to be a part of Ag Ed Zone here at the fair, and we thought it was a good opportunity for volunteer hours and to help kids and to help ourselves, because I had never done anything with agriculture before, just because it wasn't a huge part of my life at the time. But then I started doing it here, and I thought it was a good opportunity to get out there and learn about new things.
So what are some of the questions that the kids have when they come through?
Well, it's usually about the color wall, but they like to see what we have. So we always have some hands-on projects. So they're always asking questions about, why it's important, why they can take it home and grow stuff. So that's what is really cool here.
Do you have special projects like specific to this fair this year?
Yeah, so this year we're doing renewable resources, which I thought was cool because we can use them on farms. It gives jobs, new income, and since the whole debate about, whether we should be using different resources and stuff. So we thought it was interesting just to be able to show people how to be more earth conscious, I guess. So.
And you've created a project?
Yeah, so I created a miniature wind turbine and a miniature tractor powered by solar panels, which I thought was really fun. It works, which I was surprised, but yeah.
Tell us also about just your favorite part of the fair.
My favorite part is seeing all the people come, different people. One year we had 2 people from Australia come. They were traveling the United States and wanted to stop by, which is really, really cool. So that's my favorite part, is seeing the diverse people.
For the kids that are coming here, what's one thing you'd like to say to them, or maybe a takeaway that they should have leaving the Linn County Fair?
I think they should remember where food comes from and where the animals come from, how it doesn't just come from the store. That's one thing we've always wanted to do, because I certainly didn't know it so much before I started it. So yeah, that's what I would like them.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yes, thank you so much.
So many ways to get involved in the Linn County. The Youth Council is one of them. I've got Rebecca here. Rebecca, tell us a little bit about what the Youth Council is.
The Youth Council is the 4-H leaderboard, so it's a student-led group that leads all the other 4-Hers and what they're doing.
Now, you're in high school right now. Can you tell us about how you got involved in this council?
So my mom was involved in Youth Council and her 4-H beforehand, so she encouraged me to join Youth Council when I became a freshman.
So tell us a little bit about your responsibilities throughout the week.
Okay, so normally if it's a school year, we have a meeting once a month that we plan activities and fundraise sometimes, or just help out the community. And then during this week, we're here a lot. We run the food booth, and we have to run the food to people and all that stuff. And let's see. we have our projects we have to do. I don't do animals, but a lot of people have to do their animals. I show static exhibits, so Monday is very chaotic. And then, I do communications. So I do working exhibits a lot of times or educational presentations.
How do you prepare for the 4-H and for the Linn County Fair in general?
Well, for static exhibits, we make our stuff. We have to write up write-ups that tell how we made them. So we write up those normally weeks before. And then we have to write our presentations, stuff like that. And then we just prepare the youth council food booth so it's ready to serve food.
Tell us about how this position has just helped you in general and just growing and being a better person.
Well, it's helped me be a better leader, especially in my 4-H club, because this is our big club and then we have our small clubs. And so I'm definitely a leader there, and it helps me just know what's going on so I can inform my club better.
We got to talk about the favorite food that you serve here at the food booth.
I like the 4-H burger that we just started serving this year. It's like a loose meat sandwich, and it's really good.
Tell us about your favorite part of the fair.
I enjoy bringing my quilt every year, so I just sew a quilt every year, so that's my favorite part, bringing that.
For youth that are thinking about joining the youth council, can you tell us a little bit about some of the thoughts and why they should join?
Well, it's a very good way to grow in your leadership skills and get to help the community a lot, because we do a lot of service projects, so that's really fun, and then you can just grow a lot of friends.
The Linn County Fair, it's kind of like a family reunion for the Martin family. We've got 5 generations that have been showing here at the Linn County Fair, one of which is showing this week, and 11 kids showing here at the fair this week. We've got Lois. Lois, talk to us a little bit about the Linn County Fair and the importance of it in your family.
Well, we've been showing livestock and food, nutrition, sewing, lots of things for years up here. I have 5 children, and they've all shown, and now we have grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren. They've all got exhibits up here. It's fun to be up here. It's a big part of our family to get to come every year to the fair. This year we have my husband in a wheelchair. This is his wish to get me here today.
This is amazing. Tell us also about just in watching your kids and watching your grandkids show here at the fair and how important that is.
Well, it is important. I was up here the other day when they were getting their exhibits judged, and I got to listen to what they were telling the judge. And it just made my heart warm to know that they were learning so many things and exhibiting up here where I used to exhibit. And I was a 4-H leader and taught a lot of these kids how to do these things.
Tell me about your favorite part of coming to the Linn County Fair.
Oh, goodness, I don't know. I guess just getting us all together again and seeing them show their exhibits, for one thing, and whether they get red, white, or blue, why, it's always fun to see them.
And we have to talk about it. You've got 82 grandchildren?
No, not grandchildren. We have 37 great-grandchildren, and when we all get together for a meal, there's over 80 of us now.
And it's pretty impressive that they're all standing in this, or a lot of them are standing in this room right now. We also have Kathy. Kathy, tell us just about the importance of the Linn County Fair in your family.
Well, just being here as a youth showing at the fair and then becoming involved on the Fair Association has been a great part of our lives now. And I don't know, I think it's been maybe 30 years I've been on the association.
Can you tell us how just showing at the fair has changed even in the short time you've been doing this?
When I was in 4-H, the girls were not allowed to show animals unless they were in a boys' club. And so you had to be in 2 clubs. And then that changed. I don't know when that changed, but anyway, it changed for the better. And there's so many different things. There's photography. There's a lot of SMA exhibits. The one with science, mechanics, and engineering, that kind of thing. And they just get involved with their things. That makes me get involved with them. I like to see them succeed. If they start a project, they're going to carry it through. I'm a 4-H leader, and I express that too. They have to carry the project through.
Let's talk about some of the tips too for the kids that are watching that are going to be showing this week.
Some of the tips? Well, let's see. walk your pigs, and they do that. Wash your calves. Some of them have showed chickens. Yes, they do wash chickens, and that's an experience to see, or even do. There's rabbits. Some of them are bringing cats to the fair, pets, pet turtle even, and just try to tell them to do the best they can and tell the judge what they know about their animal or their exhibit, their static exhibit.
I'd love to hear about, for kids that might not have this experience like all of these kids do, they don't know farms, they don't know farming and animals. What do you like to see about kids that come in and experience the Linn County Fair here?
Well, the ones that come in here, like tomorrow, Youth Day, some of them have never seen a live animal or touched one, and that's a very important thing for them to do. We used to give farm tours to city kids on our farm, and that was an experience. They'd get to milk a cow, and it's very important for them to know where their food comes from. It's not just go to the grocery store and there it is in a package or a bottle. It comes from livestock, and farmers raise the food to feed the livestock, to feed the world.
Ready to show at the Linn County Fair this week, we've got Preston. Preston, what are you showing this week?
I'm showing cows, pigs, rabbits, and a bucket bottle calf.
And how long have you been doing this?
My first year.
It is your first year, so tell us about your preparation and kind of how the greats and the littles and all of the family have been helping to support you.
Mom and Dad helped me pick out my cows and my pigs and my rabbits. They helped me wash them in the morning. And my cousins sometimes help me with my pigs. And my little brother and sister help me walk them.
And so tell us about the fair and exactly what the process is like.
It's kind of nervous when you walk into that ring with your animal or you sit your animal down on the table. It's kind of like, is my animal going to do good? Is it going to do bad? Is it going to run away? Is something going to happen? You just got to kind of keep calm, because if you keep calm, your animal will stay calm with you.
Albert, can you tell us about the importance of just Preston showing and this experience for you guys?
Growing up, I did 4-H, my parents did 4-H, my grandparents, so I feel it gives a lot of life lessons and helps the kids understand more like the circle of life and the process that not all animals can be pets. It's hard for them, it's hard for the parents, but they understand, and later in life, it's nice that when they go to school, a lot of these kids understand that hamburger comes from the store. Well, when your kid's arguing with them and says, no, it comes from a cow, it gives you a good feeling knowing that people are standing up for agriculture and help explain where this stuff comes from.
Can you tell us a little bit about your experience in showing here at the Linn County Fair?
Oh, that was a long time ago. When I was in 4-H, I showed pigs, rabbits, and then I restored tractors as a static exhibit. So, yeah, it was a lot of time, a lot of work. From when I showed to when my kids are starting to show the evolution. I never thought about walking a pig when I was in 4-H, and it's like, you mean we have to walk them every day? So, and I never had the opportunity to show beef at the fair, so this is new experience for me. So we're all learning, so it's sort of good never to quit learning.
Now, you've got a support system, obviously naturally built here at the Linn County Fair and with the family. Can you tell us a little bit about just the importance and how everybody just kind of works together?
Yeah, it's great, because I'll give Grandpa a call, and I said, well, what's your pigs weigh? And so, well, we weigh them all the time, so we know. And, well, are you doing this or doing that? And, well, when you got a guy that's been in pigs 90 years, it seems like, it's sort of nice to have that person to talk to and a family to talk to, and just get that advice of, what I might be doing wrong or what I need to be doing. And you might try something and they say, well, I told you so.
Justin, can we go see the animals?
Only if we can see the tractors, and we'll show them to you coming up here from the Linn County Fair on Mediacom MC 22.
Mediacom Internet customers, increase your speed and save on faster speeds up to 1 gig. If you have more users and more devices competing for more of your bandwidth, a speed boost on our fiber-rich network can easily accelerate performance all over your house. Faster speed, faster Wi-Fi, faster everything. Don't wait. Boost your speed to the next level of super fast internet for as low as $10 more a month for 1 year. Call 844-EXTREME5.
CenturyLink loves to talk about their 1 gig internet, but you can't get it at Beth's house or John's house. It's not available in JoJo's neighborhood or within 100 miles of the Smith family. The truth is, CenturyLink 1 gig isn't for everyone. Make sure you have access to the fastest. Switch to Mediacom Extreme and get the future-forward speed you need from the 100% gigabit technology network, the fastest for everyone.
With home phone service from Extreme, you get a long list of features for less than $5 a month. You get unlimited nationwide calling in the U.S. and Canada. Our convenient caller ID on TV feature, call waiting, 3-way calling, and 11 more features. It's the perfect backup to your cell phone, and switching is easy. You can even keep your phone number. Get home phone service from Extreme, powered by Mediacom, for less than $5 a month for 1 year. Call 844-EXTREME5.
Small Animal Barn at the Linn County Fair. Savannah Nick stands next to me. Savannah, we're in the Small Animal Barn. That's not a rabbit. That's not a cat. What is that?
It's a bearded dragon.
Now, is it normal to have bearded dragons at the fair, or is this like a rare exception?
It's pretty rare. We had the pet show yesterday, so that has like turtles, salamanders, birds, all of that. So.
Well, I want you to introduce me to Spike here in a minute, but all of America wants to know about you. Tell us a little bit about where you're from, what school you go to, and what brings you to the fair.
So I'm from Center Point. I go to Center Point Urbana High School, and I come to the fair because I'm in 4-H, and I show a lot of things at the fair, just not animals.
So, okay, you say a lot of things. Obviously, Spike, and we'll get to Spike. He'll get his moment in the spotlight here in a minute, but you show a lot of things at the fair. What do you do here?
So I make a lot of exhibits. We call them static exhibits. They get judged before the fair, and they're in a separate building. So I make things like woodworking things, foods, all of that. And then I also do presentations like working exhibits, which are interactive. And I help out in the food booth since I'm on 4-H Youth Council.
All right, let's talk about Spike. Let's tell all of Iowa and all of the Midwest about Spike. How did you meet him? How long has he been in your life? And does he have a penchant for snipping people's fingers off?
So I met Spike in 7th grade, a couple days before Christmas. We went to the pet store, and pretty much he was the only one there, so picked him up. Couldn't touch him for a few days. And then he got sick with osteoporosis. He recovered, he became blind, and now I have to hand feed him every day. So he will not bite you unless you stick your fingers in his mouth.
He was staring me down earlier, but he really couldn't see me then.
Right.
Now, it's been muddy. Does Spike, when we're done with the interview, you let him just roam the fairgrounds, eat all the bugs and people he can find, or what's his normal diet?
His normal diet is like pellets that are made up of like mashed up bugs and fruits and veggies, but he also eats like people food and baby food. But he'll eat like collard greens and squash and stuff. So.
Is he on the keto diet?
Not really.
Okay, gotcha. Wrapping up with a couple of questions here. I mean, is he the only one at the Linn County Fair of his kind, or is he going up against cats and dogs?
He is the only one of his kind, but he was going up against turtles and stuff yesterday.
Okay. And how did he do?
Well, yesterday he won Best of the Senior category. Last year I took him and he won the whole show. So.
Awesome. Well, award-winning Spike and Savannah with us here at the Linn County Fair. We're here in the beef barn at the Linn County Fair. Colin Hollier standing next to me. Colin, how are you, sir?
Oh, all right. How are you?
Tell me a little bit about the animals that you show here at the fair.
So I show beef cattle, and my two are standing back here. The one on that side, his name's Gizmo. JC's on my other side. Purebred Angus, and you show them basically you got to judge in the ring, walk them around in a circle. Whichever one looks the best and looks the cleanest, clip nice, not too big, not too much fat on him. That's a good calf. So
we've seen people show dogs, other animals. That's a much bigger animal than a dog. How do you practice? How do you get used to bringing your animal here to the fair?
It's a lot of bonding time. It's a lot of time after work, after school, late nights in the barn, just hanging out, doing homework, sitting in their pen. I mean, you couldn't touch them first time I got them, and now they follow you around like a dog. So
are they like just a big pet now? Or, I mean, they follow you around. You can take them to school if you want, walk them through downtown Mount Vernon, stuff like that?
Yeah, for the most part. Every once in a while, they're kind of like dogs. They get a little spooked from something, but besides that, yeah, they're just giant dogs.
I mentioned Mount Vernon because that is where you're from here in Linn County. Tell me a little bit about the 4-H and FFA program there.
4-H for down in Mount Vernon. We got two clubs. We got the Barnyard Buddies, and we got my club, which is the Mount Vernon Trailblazers. And FFA down there isn't really there. There's one over in Lisbon, and then there's one also up here in Central City that's combined with Springville. But mostly down in my area, it's 4-H based, and there's a lot of people do static projects up in the building. And then it's kind of a split between hogs and cattle, so there's some diversity, but not much.
So other than watching where you step here in the cattle barn, what else would you tell people who've never seen a big beef cow before? What do they need to know? What do they need to stay away from?
What do they need to know? They probably should just walk up and ask somebody, talk to people. Everybody in here isn't going to be afraid to teach somebody new. I mean, that's the awesome thing about everything here. It's just everybody's here to help out, and something that they should probably watch out for is if there's a calf walking, don't walk up right behind it, or don't try to do fast movements. They get spooked real easy, and just take it slow. Nobody's in a hurry. So,
what's your favorite thing about being here at the Linn County Fair?
My favorite thing is just get away for a while, spend some time with people, and get to hang out with my animals and just hang out. So it's a good time.
Is one nicer than the other one?
Yeah.
Which one? And if you say the black one, it'll be hard to tell because they both look the same.
JC's a lot nicer than Gizmo. I'm just going to say that.
Tell people why they need to come out and be at the Linn County Fair this next year, too.
Everybody should come out. It's something different every year, different animals every year. And first time I came to the Linn County Fair, I actually ended up next year coming back with a calf. And it's a fun experience. It's an awesome place to be, and I highly recommend it to anybody.
You can see tractors for miles at the Linn County Fair. Okay, maybe not miles, but quite a few tractors here. We've got Ray with the East Central Iowa Two-Cylinder Club. Talk to us a little bit about what you've brought here to the fair today.
We open up the fair to any of the members to bring a piece of equipment up or multiple pieces and display. This is about the third or fourth, maybe even the fifth year we've been up to Linn County Fair, and they really treat us well. They give us a prime spot, and we always have a good turnout. So it's a fun time, and we like the kids come out and let them get on it, and the old folks look at tractors that they seen years ago, and it's just a fun time to come up here every year.
Tell us a little bit about the kids and just what they experience and how big their eyes get.
They're really surprised, I think, at the tractors, and it's amazing. One kid will come up and like the great big tractor, and the next one wants to sit on the little tractor because it's more his size. So there's a nice variety of tractors for him to sit in, and it's just a fun time to have mom or grandma or somebody take pictures of the kids sitting on the tractors.
Tell us about the kids' experiences that you have here.
Thursday's Kids Day up here tomorrow, and if you want to see kids, they bring them in by the busload. There's a lot of kids tomorrow. It's just a nice time to let kids, especially city folks that don't see the old tractors and even some of the modern equipment, and it's nice to have them exposed. It really is.
You said members do bring their equipment here. Are some of these still in use today?
Very few are still in use. If they're all painted up, they may take them out once in a while and go for a ride or something, but not the working tractor. That's at home in the shop, and most of the big farmers got the bigger equipment yet. So this is more the hobby stuff. So you can work it a little bit. We have plowing days once in a while where we get the old equipment out, and some guys do that, and we have tractor rides, and it's just a fun time, something to do.
So you are part of the East Central Iowa Two-Cylinder Club. Can you tell us about that club and kind of your involvement in the communities?
Well, we accidentally ran into a member a few years ago, probably 6 or 7 years ago, and I didn't know anything about a two-cylinder club in East Central Iowa, and he invited us up, and we joined the club, and we've learned a lot. The club's about 80 members strong. It was originated in 1991. And still going strong today. I've learned a lot of things from a lot of the old boys that some of the knowledge gets lost.
Tell us also about just your favorite part of getting involved in an activity like this, being part of the fair and seeing the families come through.
Well, it's always rewarding to see kids and families out having a good time. There's a lot of sadness in this world, and it's good to have them come to a fair and have a good time.
Stick around for more from the Linn County Fair right here on Mediacom MC22.
Mediacom Internet customers, increase your speed and save on faster speeds up to 1 gig. If you have more users and more devices competing for more of your bandwidth, a speed boost on our fiber-rich network can easily accelerate performance all over your house. Faster speed, faster Wi-Fi, faster everything. Don't wait. Boost your speed to the next level of super fast internet for as low as $10 more a month for 1 year. Call 844-EXTREME-5.
CenturyLink loves to talk about their 1 gig internet, but you can't get it at Beth's house or John's house. It's not available in JoJo's neighborhood or within 100 miles of the Smith family. The truth is, CenturyLink 1 gig isn't for everyone. Make sure you have access to the fastest. Switch to Mediacom Extreme and get the future-forward speed you need from the 100% gigabit technology network, the fastest for everyone.
With home phone service from Extreme, you get a long list of features for less than $5 a month. You get unlimited nationwide calling in the US and Canada, our convenient caller ID on TV feature, call waiting, 3-way calling, and 11 more features. It's the perfect backup to your cell phone, and switching is easy. You can even keep your phone number. Get home phone service from Extreme, powered by Mediacom, for less than $5 a month for 1 year. Call 844-EXTREME-5.
Of royalty, we have the Linn County Fair Princess and Queen. We've got Delaney and Alexa here. Tell us a little bit about the process of becoming the Queen.
So last year at the beginning of June, we had a judging day and a royalty day. The royalty day consisted of speakers coming in and talking about what they're going to do in their life, just some advice for future stuff. And then the judging day was we had 3 judges, really awesome judges that are really inspirational. It will be really nice for them to learn how to do stuff like that in the future. And that was kind of the judging side of it.
Tell us about the process and how it was.
So on judging day, after we listened to the wonderful speakers that we had come in, we had 3 different judges, and all of the Queen candidates go and they do little one-on-one interviews and then group interviews with the judges where they ask them different questions about their experiences with the fair and how they would handle being the Queen or Princess. And then after that, the judges deliberate, and then we wait a couple weeks, and then on Coronation Day, which is tonight, you find out who is going to be the new Fair Queen and Princess.
Tell us about what you do throughout the year.
So we did a lot of parades right after we were crowned last summer, and then throughout the year, because she went to college and I was in college as well, so we were really busy, but we made an effort to go to Celebration of Ag and any other events here at the Linn County Fair to represent Linn County Fair and everything we do outside of just the Fair Week, because there's so much stuff going on here throughout the year. Especially Ag in the Park is a really big deal for youth in our community.
Tell us about what the kids, they look up to you because, of course, you're royalty.
This crown is like a magic. It just... Kids love it, and that's awesome. That's all I can ask for is just they come up to me and they're so excited. Like, they have no idea who I am, but they're just so inspired, and I have that opportunity to teach them some good and inspire them, and that's all I can ask for.
So 2018 was your year. Tonight you're going to be handing off the crown to the next person. What's kind of your well wishes?
Yeah, after tonight, I will be a has-been Fair Queen and no longer the Fair Queen, so that'll be different. But we have 3 amazing candidates, which is not very many, but the 3 we have are absolutely awesome, and I'm so excited for the Linn County Fair Association to have 2 of these girls represent them throughout the next 2019 season. So whatever happens, it will be awesome.
So you did get to compete in the state fair in Des Moines. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
Yeah, it was a 5-day competition, and I met 103 other girls, which was amazing and incredible all at the same time. We had the same sash, same crown on. You just meet so many different people. You learn about how their county fair runs and special things about how they do things, especially their queen competition, which is awesome to learn because you can bring back to your county and try new things, get more girls involved. So that's awesome.
Tell us about your experience so far as the princess.
One thing that I really love about being the princess is the title that comes along with it, and especially the kids. They hear the word princess and they think Disney princess. You know how many times this year I've been referred to as Elsa, Moana, something along those lines. Kids just see you and they automatically feel comfortable with you. They might not be comfortable with like adults or older people in general, but when they see the crown on your head, they get so excited to come see you, maybe come up and hug you, take a picture, and then you can use that opportunity to talk to kids about the Linn County Fair and agriculture and just make a good impact on those kids.
And let's talk about that, just kind of your platform and really what you're trying to relay to the community about the Linn County Fair.
Yeah, so I grew up with the Linn County Fair, and so that's a big part of being the queen and princess, is you want to talk about your history with the Linn County Fair, and you can influence these kids to get excited about the fair when they're young, before they can even start to get involved with things like 4-H and FFA, and hopefully you can encourage those kids to get involved, because anyone can be involved in 4-H, FFA, and the Linn County Fair, not just, you know, your typical rural kids that you often see at the fairs.
You're both in college. Can you tell us about how this experience is going to help you growing in the future?
I've learned so many social skills. I mean, even a year ago, I would not come up and walk up to someone and say, hey, thank you so much for volunteering your time here at the fair. But now it's not just a duty, but it's also just my thanking them, because I would not be here. We would not have the county fair without them. So I feel like that is a main part of my year, that I'm just thanking everyone, because without them, it wouldn't be possible.
Tell us about what you hope that families will experience here at this year's Linn County Fair.
Lots of fun. I mean, that's all about what's here. The livestock shows, we have awesome kids that work so hard on their projects, so I encourage everyone to come out there and see those kids show their animals. And especially the grandstand events, we have awesome shows this year, and it's just a great atmosphere.
Yeah, and this year's fair theme is Paradise, so I want everyone to come out and really enjoy and relax here at the fair. The fair is an awesome time, and even for the 4-Hers and FFA kids who are really busy, I want them to take a little bit of time just to enjoy the fair and everything awesome that it has to offer.
It takes a whole lot of volunteers and probably a little bit of sleep. We've got Heidi here, marketing manager here with the Linn County Fair, and tell us a little bit, how do you prepare to put on something like this?
This takes us a full year to prepare. We're actually already talking about ways to do something different next year and who we could possibly bring in. And it's us meeting on a monthly basis, and then we have different committees that work on different projects or different parts of the fair that then at the end, as the fair goer, you see it all as one. To us, it's many pieces all put together.
So tell us too about the amount of people that help to put this on.
So the Fair Association itself is about 50 people. And then we bring in probably close to a couple hundred people, volunteers that helped during the fair, before fair, and after fair. Last year we had over 9,000 volunteer hours in general, and this year I know when I looked a week ago we were already over 7,000. That was before fair even started.
Let's talk about the educational piece to this, because there are a lot of people that probably have not seen animals before, have not even been step foot on a farm.
Yes, and that's one of our missions, is that since we are the second largest urban county in Iowa, is to really make sure that we are educating fairgoers about agriculture. And we've continuously expanded our agriculture and is our education zone. And with that, there's a lot of hands-on activity. And even myself, I grew up in Cedar Rapids, I grew up in 4-H, but I learn something every year, and I'm part of the fair. So to me, that really says something that we are then educating everybody, but it's hands-on and it's fun. One of the new things that we added this year is electronical, like a game. Like you actually get to find out, okay, I'm gonna grow this crop and then I'm going to try to sell it on the market, and that's the world market. How well is it gonna do? Or I can actually then grow a steer and then I'm gonna feed it and grow, and then how much does it actually gain weight, and then when I go sell it in the market, how much am I getting return in my profit or in my investment? So it kind of puts a different spin on agriculture, but then a better understanding for everyone of what it means and how as Iowa, that our main industry is.
So what goes into putting on a well-rounded fair, since you've got entertainment, you've got the education piece?
I think it takes a lot of different individuals with different ideas that we come together and say, okay, hey, have we thought about this? Or it also comes from fairgoers. So we get a lot of comments about, hey, it would be nice to see this, or what about growing this? And some of it too is that we can get a lot of the rural community here because they like fairs and they're familiar with it and it's agriculture based. But then how can we get some of the people from the urban, from the city to get here? And sometimes that's when we bring in some of those other different events, knowing we would attract those. And once we get them here on the grounds, we want to expose them to agriculture that they may not have been exposed to prior.
Let's talk about Fair 101. What should someone expect, or what will they expect when they come here to the Linn County Fair?
I think 101 is, again, the fair is really about the youth of Linn County. So you're going to see a lot of the 4-H FFA livestock. That's what you see a lot of it during the fair. If you go into our LDM building, you'll be able to see the static exhibits that was then judged on Monday, and they're on display the rest of the week. And then you're going to see a lot of local community booths, vendors, and then entertainment. That's one of the other things that we do here is we have our Farm Bureau Pavilion, and we have a gazebo that we try to bring in local talent that sometimes don't have an opportunity to get in front of people without having to pay or have to go to a bar to be able to see them. And here's another opportunity for us to showcase their talents that they might not elsewhere.
You really are targeting two different audiences. People, again, that are 4-Hers, or your FFAers, and then others that have never experienced the fair before. What can you tell both, or how do you talk to both people?
I think some of it is we want to make sure that we're still providing for the 4-Hers what they need. And then provide to their families what they expect. But on the other hand, how can we then bring in an act that's going to, from the grandstand event, for example, Tough Trucks? That kind of actually blends the two of them together is how I look at it. And it's something that, again, we're trying to then bring everyone, this is everyone's Linn County Fair, so that they have something for them. The idea that we always joke about is Dad could go see the grandstand event, Mom, the kids can go watch to the Cockadoodle Zoo. So they don't all have to see the same thing at once. We can split them up.
Not to put you on the spot, but your favorite part of the fair?
My favorite part by far is Youth Day, which was yesterday, and that's where we get busloads and from daycares, we get families. I mean, I see more strollers that day than the other day, but just to see the kids here, and so many kids and the expressions on their face, all those hours and effort that we put in totally pays off, because this is what it's about. It's about them and providing them entertainment, education, and a great place to come.
Joining us from Kennedy High School, we've got blue ribbon winner, Bridger Tack. Bridger, congratulations. We've got a couple photography pieces that you had submitted. Tell us a little bit about your project.
So I just wanted to take photos because I really love photography, and 4-H has really helped me inspire a passion for photography.
So now you're in 9th grade right now. Can you tell us a little bit about how long you've been in 4-H?
So counting this year, this will be my 5th year in 4-H.
And how many projects have you submitted?
A lot.
Tell us about the process and how you think about which pictures you want to submit.
So a lot of it has to go into like planning, and goal setting. So like what you want to have done by this time. So like when you want to have it printed, and also the budgeting. So like how much money you want to put towards the printing and the matting of it.
So the 2 that you did submit, you got blue ribbons. Can you tell us about those pictures?
So I just wanted to create like something that inspired a feeling in someone. So, it made you feel a certain way.
And can you talk to us about the judging and what's that like?
So during interview judging, the judge just really sits down with you and kind of talks you through the photo, through the project, and kind of wants to understand the photo more.
And then the judging happens throughout the week, correct? And then now people can kind of just come through and see at the fair, correct?
Yeah, so all the judging happened yesterday, and then people just come through and see all the photos throughout the week.
So you said you've submitted quite a few pictures. Can you talk to us a little bit about your experience over the last few years?
My experience has been great, and again, it's really inspired a passion for photography that I think I will continue throughout my whole life.
What are some of the great parts and experiences that you've had in 4-H over the years?
Really the support of other people, like helping you along, helping you figure out what you want to do.
Tell us about how 4-H is going to help you in your future goals.
So 4-H has really taught me how to set goals and then to achieve those goals and work towards steps.
That's awesome. So what are you hoping to be, let's say, for a career?
I am thinking about being a photographer.
Well, we really appreciate it. Congratulations on winning blue.
Stay tuned for more.
Mediacom Internet customers, increase your speed and save on faster speeds up to 1 gig. If you have more users and more devices competing for more of your bandwidth, a speed boost on our fiber-rich network can easily accelerate performance all over your house. Faster speed, faster Wi-Fi, faster everything. Don't wait. Boost your speed to the next level of super fast internet for as low as $10 more a month for 1 year. Call 844-EXTREME-5.
CenturyLink loves to talk about their 1 gig internet, but you can't get it at Beth's house or John's house. It's not available in JoJo's neighborhood or within 100 miles of the Smith family. The truth is, CenturyLink 1 gig isn't for everyone. Make sure you have access to the fastest. Switch to Mediacom Extreme and get the future-forward speed you need from the 100% gigabit technology network, the fastest for everyone.
With home phone service from Extreme, you get a long list of features for less than $5 a month. You get unlimited nationwide calling in the US and Canada, our convenient caller ID on TV feature, call waiting, 3-way calling, and 11 more features. It's the perfect backup to your cell phone, and switching is easy. You can even keep your phone number. Get home phone service from Extreme, powered by Mediacom, for less than $5 a month for 1 year. Call 844-EXTREME-5.
Fun things about a trip to the fair is the free entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one of the entertainers with us, Mr. Greg Hager. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Good to be here.
Now, this is old hat for you now. Pardon the pun with the hat on, but you are from North Dakota. You come back to the Linn County Fair. This is at least year number 2. What brings you back?
Well, part of it is this is an amazing fair. Out of all the fairs that we travel to, the facility, the people, Dave Paris and the team here, it's just a great family environment to get to come back to and get to entertain at.
Well, I mean, it's quite a drive from North Dakota, so it's got to be pretty special if you come back here and spend a few days in Linn County.
Well, that's true. We do live on the road, though, so it's just, where do we go to meet the people and to make that interaction.
Now, you've got a guitar in your hand. Tell me a little bit about Greg Hager, the artist, what we'll see when we see you on stage and what we're going to hear.
You bet. I'm an award-winning singer and songwriter. I've recorded 8 albums of original music that all have been produced in Nashville and released. They're available iTunes, Amazon. So what folks are going to experience here at the fair is an original music show, but I like to say that I'm a story singer. And so it's engaging that I will sing kind of a story that will tie in with the next story and make it kind of an experience for people to enjoy.
You know, you've got a unique perspective where you get to see the fair from an outsider looking in, but we also see it through your eyes as a performer. What's it like when you go to different county fairs to maybe inspire somebody with your music and your song?
Well, one of the things that I try to do with my music is always to make connections, whether it's off the platform. I'm available. I don't hide in a tent. I'm walking around. I take in the fair. I look at everything. And part of that to say, hey, I'm an entertainer, but I'm here just like you. I'm enjoying this. And when people ask questions, I'll answer any question that folks ask. If I can't inspire or help someone, you know, what I've learned goes away. I mean, if I can pass that on. So the personal interaction, the stage show, walking around, it's all part of that fair experience.
I would feel silly if I had you get the guitar out but then not have you play it. Would you be so kind, regale us with a song?
We'll play a little bit for you here.
Okay.
This is the title track off of the new album. It's called State of Mind. I've seen it in Nebraska, but not only there. Iowa and Illinois have got their share. In fact, across this land of ours from sea to sea, from Florida to Washington, there will be. From Canada to New Mexico, you'll find. What makes you a cowboy is the state of mind. State of mind. You don't have to go that far and you will find. No matter where you are, it's more than just the place you hang your hat. My friend, it's really so much more than that. It's a state of mind.
Just learned how to play guitar last week. How great is that? No, I'm kidding, of course. How long have you been playing?
I've been playing guitar since I was 7 years old, and that's when I wrote my first song. I just turned 47, so I've been playing and writing for the last 40 years, performing full-time on the road for the last 11 years, and my fingernails grew just in the last week, too, but that's all part of the tools of the trade, friends. It's for the picking.
Well, pleasure meeting you, sir. Mr. Greg Hager, another one of those guys you will meet here at the Linn County Fair.
Talked about the winter and how rain makes cattle grow. About Roundup when they got the word to go. The only way to get them fast is slow. If you try to rush them, they will turn on you. You'll feel the fire in their eyes. They'll try to stomp on you. One thing that's worth noting, better get it in your head. Life's a better place than being dead. If you don't push them with you, they will go. The only way to get them fast is slow.
And we're off and running, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Slow start coming down the track right now, but not for Kim Kardashian.
Joining us today from Swifty Swine, racing pigs, the fastest pigs that they can catch here in the Linn County Fair. We've got Jared. Talk to us a little bit about your production and what you've got with these fast pigs.
Sure. We've got a fun show here. It's about a 15 to 20 minute show full of racing pig action. So we've got 3 heats of racing pigs as well as our swimming pig, Swifty. And of course we've got Honey Boo Boo here as well. But it's a fun show. All the kids come out, sit around the track, watch the pigs run around. We pick cheerleaders. The cheerleaders win free stuff, So I mean, it's just a lot of fun. We do 5 shows a day here, and today is the first day of many, so we're excited to be here in Iowa. So.
So tell us about how you train these pigs and kind of how old do they have to be and what that process looks like.
Right, absolutely. Well, we use young pigs, especially depending on the breed of pig. The potbellies that we have are all miniature potbellies, so they race with us for years because they stay small enough to travel with us. But the market hogs that we bring with us, the other breeds of pigs, they grow way too fast. So so they race with us for several months, and then we actually end up donating them to 4-H kids or FFA kids that maybe can't afford to get those animals. So they raise them, show them, treat them like gold and everything like that. So so those are, we stay with the younger pigs as well, but especially you. Yes, ma'am. You got something to say? Yeah.
Tell us about what that process is like. They like Oreos, I see.
So yes, they are food motivated, and I mean, if you throw an Oreo down on the ground and nobody claims it, I'm going to go for it. So I mean, that's what motivates them to run around the track. They race for that Oreo cookie, and that's part of how we train them. Of course, we obviously show them what Oreos are, and they go right for it. But we usually find a leader pig. It's kind of like an in-house little secret here. When we put them in groups of 4 to race around, there's usually one pig that gets out in front, and all the other pigs go, "Oh, what are you running for? Maybe we should go as well." So they run behind it. So there you go. Now we've got a set of racing pigs, and we just facilitate. We open the gates up for them. They run in. We open the gates again. They run around the track, and there you go. So we don't even need to touch them. They just do what they want to do. Yeah.
So you do a lot of fairs, I imagine. Talk to us about what that process is throughout the summer and when you travel.
Yeah, we actually travel about 9 months out of the year. We start in February, early February. So in the south, though, of course, where it's a little bit warmer. So we start in the south. We work our way over to California sometimes. Sometimes we just stay in Texas. And then we eventually start working our way north. But we actually travel coast to coast 9 months out of the year. 1 month we'll be in California. The next month we'll be in Virginia. So wherever we're invited, we will go out and bring our little piggies with us, and we love it. We get to travel, see the country, see all these great places, and we get to bring our little babies with us too.
Now I know you're just starting the Linn County Fair today, but can you talk to us? You've been part of the Linn County Fair for many years.
Yes, we have been here before. I think we took a year off last year. We weren't here last year, but we're so glad to return. So glad to be here. We have some of the best crowds out here. The grass is really lush, right? You like the grass? Yes. Yeah, she loves the grass. The grass is very lush out here. The people are really nice, and we just have a good time. And the weather's beautiful compared to where we're from, which is very hot right now. We'll take this.
Tell us about just the travel and how that works with these young pigs.
Okay, so yeah, traveling state to state, a lot of different states have rules for traveling between state to state, different tagging rules, procedures. Sometimes they need to have blood work done to see if they have any diseases or anything. None of our pigs ever do. They always just stay with us. I know, yes ma'am. But we take them to the vet on a regular basis. Every 30 days they go to a vet where, depending on what state we're in, sometimes we get to swing home to our vet. But they always get a nice checkup, get their checkup and make sure they're in good shape. Yes ma'am, yes ma'am. So make sure they're in healthy conditions, and then when they travel with us, it's air conditioned in the trailer, so it's nice and comfy when we travel, and everybody just has a good time. Isn't that right?
Tell us about the kids. How do they react to this amazing show?
Oh man, the kids go crazy. The kids go absolutely nuts. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's little baby pigs running super fast right in front of you. So of course you go crazy. I mean, we still go crazy for it. And I'm 37 years old, and I still act like a child when I see these little babies running around in a track. So I mean, the kids love it. They come up, they gather around the track, they cheer on their favorite pigs, and some of them win some prizes for cheering on the right pig. Yeah.
Come get your pigs, your snout noses. Come see and get Honey Boo Boo pictures and have some fun here at the Linn County Fair.
Swifty, go! There you go! Go, Swifty, go! Come on, Swift! Go, Swifty, go! There we go! All the way across. Oh, my goodness. She's getting so big, she's about to jump across that entire tank. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands together for Swifty, the swimming pig.
bonus, not only do you get to see the fair, but you get to see the circus as well. Jonathan Vasquez, how are you, sir?
Hi, I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I am great. Who's this beautiful lady standing next to you?
This is my wife, awesome lady here on the show. Yeah, our ringmaster.
Ah, the ringmaster. So now you've got the circus. What will people see, and how do we pronounce the name of the circus?
Okay, the name is Los Morelitos Circus. It's very hard to pronounce, so don't worry about it.
So I've not been the first one to ask you that question before.
No. Everybody always has a hard time pronouncing our name, which is cool in a way. Hopefully they'll remember it, though.
What will people remember from the circus then?
Well, mainly, I think they're going to remember the acts. Our daughters, because we have our twin-year-olds, they're 3, and they come out at the beginning of the show, you know, with butterfly wings. Our daughter's 6 years old, and she performs a contortion act. So I think those are the ones that they will remember the most for all the little kids.
Now, is it hard to bring a circus to the fair? I mean, you've got all these animals. You can just recruit somebody to come help you out, look for volunteers. How does it all work?
Well, we kind of try to find people that have been doing the circus already. So that way it's easier for us just to bring just the circus experience instead of trainees that really don't know what they're doing. So yeah, it's a little bit hard, but we know a lot of people since we've been raised in circus since we were kids. So we know a lot of people from circus.
Say, Haley, I'm going to ask you a question, even though you're the quiet, strong type. How long have you guys been doing this then?
My husband is 4th generation, so our kids are 5th generation. And I started circus when I was 18 years old.
Okay. And did you ever think it would last this long?
No, I guess not at the beginning. But which part, the circus or me being with my wife?
Well, that's a whole nother show for a whole nother time.
Exactly.
So people come out, they get to see the circus. I mean, you're going to see. You mentioned your children are going to be in it. I mean, are there going to be any like magic tricks or any?
There's definitely no magic tricks. So like I said, my daughters will come out at the beginning. They'll be doing the contortion act. That's pretty much it. Aerial acts over there, which is the one my wife performs. I work on the high wire and the wheel of death. Those are the acts that I would know.
Well, let me ask you guys a couple more questions, and we're very excited to see the show. But what's it like to be able to bring this show to different parts of the Midwest and across Iowa here too?
I honestly feel very blessed, you know, being able to travel all over the country, taking our circus show in there as a tradition since we were kids, and it's such a blessing. It is such a blessing. We're very happy to be here today, you know, because all these little kids get a chance to be here and see our show, see our kids, you know, around their age. So we hopefully inspire them to get out there and try different things, you know.
You know, Justin, I really love the sense of community that is here in Central City for the Linn County Fair.
That's the beauty of county fairs like ours, and like so many across eastern Iowa. You learn so much about family, farming, food, and of course fun.
And we got a behind-the-scenes look at 4-H and FFA and just the importance of just coming together here in Central City and just an amazing event.
That's right. And of course the tractors, and they will all be back next year. We hope you will be back with us as well. We'll see you next time.
Thanks so much for watching. This is Mediacom MC22.